Hi Year 6 and welcome to Thursday's maths lesson, our last maths lesson of the week and our last maths lesson of this term. We're carrying on with measure, and today we're looking at calculating with measure. So we're going to look at some different problems, and you're going to have to be using your addition, subtraction, multiplication and division skills to solve the problems, but somewhere along the line you might have to convert between different measures as well. So to support that, let's recap here. I would like you to pause the video and try to fill in the gaps and then come back and I will reveal the answers. Okay. Hope you've gotten okay with that then. Here are your answers. So 1 kilometre is 1,000 metres, 1 litre 1,000 millilitres, 1 metre is 100 centimetres. As I said earlier in the week when we were converting, this is really important to just note down, and you might want to note it down again on your page somewhere today before you start your problems, because it will help you to remember if they don't come naturally to your head. These ones are the time ones. We know that they don't work in tens, hundreds and thousands. They work in different numbers. So 1 hour is 60 minutes, 1 minute is 60 seconds, and 1 day is 24 hours. So you might need those things later. What we're also going to need to think about is part of meters and litres and kilograms, okay? So if 1,000 millilitres is 1 litre, then how much is 3/4 of a litre? So what is 3/4 of 1,000? It is 750 millilitres, okay? What's 1/4 of a litre? 250 millilitres. And what would half of a litre be? 500 millilitres. If we think of the same thing with centimetres, 100 makes a metre. So if you're looking for 3/4 of a metre, it'll be 75 centimetres. If you're looking at 1/4 of a metre, it'll be 25 centimetres. And of course, half a metre would be 50 centimetres. Let's have a look at some of the kinds of problems you're going to face today. I'm going to read this one to you, and then we're going to decide what we should do first in order to solve it. So some children are measuring the lengths of different items in the classroom. A bookshelf is 0.8 metres, exercise book is 30.5 centimetres, a pencil is 140 millimetres, the reading book is 12.5 centimetres, and the chair is 1¼ metres. What do the items measure altogether in metres? So, our clue in the question, first of all, about what we've got to do, altogether tells us that we are going to add. In metres tells us about what our final answer needs to look like. So what should we do first to solve it? We can't add these numbers that are all in different units. So we call centimetres, metres, millimetres, kilograms, grams, whatever we're measuring in, the unit. If the units are different, we can't just add the numbers, because 30 metres is really different to 30 centimetres, so it doesn't work. It's a little bit like when we added and subtracted fractions, and we couldn't just add or subtract fractions with different denominators. We first had to make them the same denominator. So our first step is making them the same unit, converting them all into the same unit. And personally, I am going to convert into centimetres, okay? If you think that you can continue on and solve this problem without me, then pause the video, have a go, and come back and watch my explanation. If you think you need a bit of support, just stay on and listen and I will talk us through it together. Okay, so I'm going to convert the ones that aren't in centimetres to centimetres. So 0.8 metres. It's less than 1. To convert from metres to centimetres, I'm going to times by 100, so it'll be 80 centimetres. The exercise book, I'll put it over here, it's already in centimetres. The pencil, whoops, that was already in centimetres. The pencil is 140 millimetres. There are 10 millimetres in 1 centimetre, so I need to divide by 10. The centimetres are going to be smaller. It's going to be 14 centimetres. The reading book is already in. That's 12.5 centimetres. And then the chair, 1¼ metres. I know 1 metre is 100 centimetres, and 1/4 of a metre, we just looked at that, is 25. So 1¼ is 125 centimetres. Then I need to simply add. Now, because these two have decimals in them, I am going to add them separately. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 additions and then bring them together. All right, so I don't confuse myself with decimals. So if I add this one here, 0 and 4 and 5, that's 9. 8 and 1 is 9 and 2 is 11. 1 and 1 is 2. Here, when I'm adding decimals, I want to put my decimals straight in the answer so I don't get confused. 0 and 1, you might be able to do this in your head. 2 and 1 is 3. 3 and 1 is 4. Now where I've got the 2 here, I'm going to bring them and add them together. So I've got rid of my decimals and I've made it a little bit easier for myself, okay? Then I will get what these are all together. However, I am still working in centimetres. So I've added that up and I've got 262 centimetres. Perfect, I've done my calculations. I've made them all the same. I've got an answer. Now I need to pop back here and check what the question actually said. What do the items measure altogether in metres? So this isn't my final answer. 262 metres is very different to 262 centimetres. So I've got to convert it back. Now remember, going from centimetres to metres, we divide by 100. Okay, so if I divide by 100, I'll have 2.62 metres. And I can see that 200 centimetres is 2 metres. So I've got the 2 metres and then I've got 62 centimetres more, a little bit more. Okay, it's in between 2 and 3 metres. So that would be my answer. Let's look at another question together. I'm going to read it, and then if you think you can do it, you can crack on. If not, you can listen to me explain it. So I walk for 1,650 metres, cycle for 5.4 kilometres, and run for 2.12 kilometres. How far did I travel altogether? Give your answer in kilometres. Again, if you're confident, pause me, work it out, come back and hear my explanation. If you're not sure, stay on and listen. So again, we've got this all together. So I'm going to be adding. I know my final answer needs to be in kilometres, and I'm going to come back to that at the end. This one and this one are already in kilometres, so that's fine. I can put them straight down. And then I've got one more, which I need to convert to kilometres. 1,650 metres. Now, I know that 1,000 metres is 1 kilometre. I know that I need to divide by 1,000 here, okay, shifting my digits along. So 1.65. And now they're all in the same units, they're all in kilometres, so I can just easily add them up. Remember, I'm adding decimals. I'm going to put a decimal point in that answer straight away so I don't forget it, because otherwise the answer will be completely wrong. Where I haven't got the same number of decimal places, I'm going to add a placeholder. Adding a 0 here does nothing to change the value, but it will line up all my numbers properly so that I don't get confused. 0 and 2 and 5 is 7, 4 and 1 and 6 is 11, 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is 9. So I've come to a final answer. I'm going to check my question. How far did I travel altogether? I've added them up. Give your answer in kilometres. Yep, that's kilometres. So that is my final answer, 9.17 kilometres. Well done if you got that right. Let's take a look at another one. Again, I'll read it to you, and if you want to, you can have a go on your own, or you can stay and listen to the explanation. A parcel weighs 439 grams. How much would 27 parcels weigh? Give your answer in kilograms. So underline that because that's important. I'll come back to that at the end. One parcel weighs 439 grams and I've got 27. Haven't got any clues like the word altogether this time, but what I do know is if I imagine this is my parcel, that's 439, and then I'm going to have 27 of them. Okay, so I'm going to imagine 27 of these parcels. So what I'm doing is timesing. Okay, so 439 times 27. If you can solve that on your own, go ahead. If you need me to talk you through it, then just hang about. So, first of all, I'm going to multiply all my digits by 7. 9 times 7 is 63. Carry it. 3 times 7 is 21. Add that. 27. 4 times 7 is 28. Add that is 30. Oh, dodgy 3 there, Miss Caraway. Now I've done my 7. I've used that and I've used that. Now I'm going to multiply everything by 20. I'm going to put that placeholder 0 so I remember I'm multiplying by 20 and not 2. And then I can do 9 times 2 is 18. Carry it. 3 times 2 is 6. Add that 1. And 4 times 2 is 8. Then I add these together. Okay. And then I need to make sure I'm in the right units. So this is 11,853 grams. Go back to my question. How much would 27 parcels weigh? Give your answer in kilograms. So I'm in grams. I need to divide by 1,000. Okay, 11,000 would be 11 kilograms. So this is going to be 11.853. And I'm going to write kilograms, otherwise it might be wrong. Okay. You're going to be faced with lots of different questions today. As always, you can pick easier or harder and there will be a challenge. This is the last one we're going to do together. I want you to pause me. I want you to think about the steps, what the steps would be and what the final answer is, and then come back. Okay, so lots to do here. We've got potatoes and their price, carrots and their price. Jack buys 1.5 kilograms of potatoes and 0.5 kilogram of carrots. How much change does he get from £5? Worry about this in a minute. Let's think about what he buys. So 1.5 kilograms. It's £1.50 per kilogram. So 1 would cost him £1.50, and then I need half of that again. Half of £1.50 is 75. Putting them both together, that is £2.25 for my potatoes. 0.5 kilogram of carrots. 1 kilogram is £1.80, so half of that is going to be 90p. How much change does he get from £5? In order for me to do that, I'm going to have to add them up to see what he spent in the first place. So let's do that. Oh, I've got my decimal point. See, that's why it's really, really important. Right, £3.15. So now, back to my question, how much change did he get? So I'm going to count up to £5. £3.15. It's going to take 85p to get to £4, and then £1 more to get to £5. So £1.85 is his change. So lots of steps there. Well done if you got that one correct. Have a think about the lesson today and how you found it. Decide whether you need to pick easier or harder to start with. Remember, we'll be there at 12:10 on Teams if you need any help with any questions. Thank you for joining the lesson today.